everybody, welcome back. It's good to see you again. And today we're on a lesson 12 in the music theory part of the guitar fundamentals, and we're going to be talking about the natural minor scale. Last time we did the major scale and how those increments determine the scale's quality based on the third. You're going to see the difference here. There's a couple key notes that are different from the major scale that make this a minor scale. So let's get started. All right, so let's start off. Let's go with a pretty easy one. We're going to go with the E minor scale. All right, so we're going to use the root of an E. And those of you that know some theory, the relative minor, this is the relative minor scale of the G major. You're going to see they actually have the same notes. We're going to show how it's laid out. All right, so the natural minor scale has some different increments. Before it was a whole step. This time it's a whole step and then a half step. So the first one's a whole step. We're going to go to F sharp. So we got a whole step here. And if you remember the major, we had a whole step as well. And then we had another whole step. This time we only have a half step. So that third's brought down a half step. Excuse me. It's flattened. So on the E major, it would have been a G sharp on the natural minor because it's only a half step from the F sharp, one fret up to the G. It's just let me number these here. The 8, which is the octave. All right, so your third, like I said before, determines its quality, whether it's major or minor, because this is a flattened, it's not a G sharp. This is a minor quality, okay? It's only 1.5 steps away. Now you go another whole step, you're gonna have an A, another whole step, you're gonna have a B note, and then a half step, you're gonna have a C for your sixth, and then for the seventh, you're gonna have a D. You're on a whole step, and then back to that, another whole step back to the octave. Okay, that's just your octave. So you're going to notice if this was a major scale, you'd have a few different notes. You actually have, this would be a G sharp, and it's not. It's a G, so it's actually down a half step. It's flattened. It's a flattened third. Okay, so that's the difference there. That third is flattened. A couple other things to notice: your 1, your 4, and your 5 on a major scale and a natural minor are the same. They're perfect fourth and a perfect fifth. So if this was a major scale, your 1, 4, 5 would still be an E, an A, and a B note. All right, so those are the same. It's the third that's flattened. And then when you get to your 6, if this was the E major scale, and you went the increments for the E major, you'd actually have a C sharp. We only have a C, so this is also flattened. So you have a flattened 6, okay? Your 7th would normally be a D sharp in an E major scale. This is also flattened because of the increments. So you can easily see right here, the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th are flat compared to a G major or E major scale. Let me just write that out real quick. An E major would be E, F sharp, G sharp, your perfect fourth, perfect fifth. They're both A and B. This would normally be a C sharp, a D sharp, back to your E. That would be the E major. This is the E minor. See the difference? The G is flattened, C is flattened, the D is flattened. So the flattened 3rd, 6th, and 7th gives it that quality of a natural minor. And if you look at last time, the key of G, they're all the exact same notes. And you can see from here, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, back to the G. It's the exact same notes. You're just starting off with the E. So if you remember on that major one, the 6th position was an E. That's the relative minor. There'll be a lesson on relative majors and minors here too as well. So, but that's how you make a natural minor scale. So let's go with let me erase this part right here. Let's do another easy one. Let's go with the A minor, which is also key of C major. Little tip. Let's do the A minor scale. So you got an A for your root. That's your 1. You're gonna go a whole step. So you're gonna have a B. Your 2nd, and then you're going to go a half step, which is from B to C is only a half step, as you know. There's no sharp or flat between B and C or the E and F. So it's your 3rd. So that's your flattened quality right there. It's not a C sharp, it's a C. Then you're going to go to another whole step, which is a D. Your perfect fourth, A major, would have a D as well. It also would have an E for its 5th. Like I said, they don't change. 4th and 5th are the same major and minor. for notes. Your sixth, you're going to go to half step, so it's going to be an F, because there's no sharp or flat between E and F. And then your last whole step is going to be drawing a blank there, G, which is 7, and then a whole step again. It's back to your octave, which is the 8th. This is your octave. All right, so that would be your A minor, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And if you're familiar with your theory, an A major, like I said, would have an F sharp and it would have a G sharp. Those are also flat. And so your 6th and your 7th are flat because they're not sharps right now. And the relative minor, if you look at this, you're going to be like, that's the same notes in the key as C major, which it is. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. They're exactly the same notes. A minor is the relative scale of C major. They're the exact same notes. It's based off that 6th position of the major scale, which is an A note. And you start from there. And because of the pattern, if you were to look, that major scale starts, if you looked at the pattern, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step. It just starts here and wraps around. It's the same scale, just started in a different spot. All right, but the thing to remember is your major scale, if you build one, if you flatten the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th, that's going to give you the natural minor scale. Okay? That 3rd gives it the minor quality. Flat and 6th, flat and 7th also add to it. That flat 7th in blues, you see it a lot. Mixolydian has it, which we're going to get to, but so that's the natural minor scale. That's how it differs from a major. You just flatten the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th. So hope that was helpful, and we'll see you next time.